Yes, I think we are right, live now. Okay. So, good evening, friends. Uh, Excel 2021 going to conclude by this month. The free sessions are. So, we have brought some interesting, special, exclusive sessions for you. One of the main anticipating session is Sanjay sir's definitive homeopathy. So, before we begin, let's have a silent prayer. Thank you. Before I am going to introduce today's faculty, I would
Maybe
like to say
just
a few words.
before that, since you are talking of silent player, I think we need to even pray for two well-known homeopaths who have lost their life.
Yes, yes,
One is
yes,
Dr.
yes,
Praful Vijaykar, and the other is
yes.
Dr. Pratik Banerjee.
Yes, we mourn the saddest demise of the both of the legends. Let's have a 2 minutes. Thank you. So before we start, I will just give a brief introduction of definitive homeopathy. Then I will introduce about the definitive homeopathy is about exploring the possibilities in homeopathy. It is here to make homeopathy more confident in their practice by helping them to achieve rapid results and repeated results. So as a faculty we have today, Dr. Sanjay Modi sir. He's a homeopath based in Mumbai and is attached to SMT, CMB Homeopathic Medical College since 1985. He has authored two books, Organon of Medicine Simplified and Accurate Homeopathy, which you might be seen in his first webinar, which got fantastic reception in our YouTube channel. Recently, in month of August 2020, Modi sir had conducted a webinar on pneumonia. More than 5,000 doctors globally attended. He's taking webinars on homeopathic treatment of COVID-19 on regular basis. He has taken one-day seminar at various homeopathic colleges across India, two-day seminars at homeopathy practitioners. The purpose of this seminar is to inspire confidence and increase the success in practicing homeopaths and provide support for new practitioners. He will strengthen the homeopath's clinical skills such as case taking, analysis, and case management in terms of potency, repetition, and minimum. He was invited as a speaker at International Ayurveda Congress, Mahesh Yogi Center, Netherlands in 2015. His book Accurate Homeopathy was reviewed by HomeoLinks. So, sir, so we have a good faculty, and he has lots of. He was an excellent. He worked as a lecturer and honorary at CMB Medical College and ex-lecturer of Bombay Adult Education, and he got no. This is the one. Yeah. So I welcome sir to take the session. Thank you.
Thank you. And I let's
Sir,
at the
little bit different. Sir,
hello.
little bit voice noise is coming from
Oh,
your.
pardon me.
Little
Hello.
bit disturbance from your sound actually.
Disturbance is coming, is it? Now is it okay?
Little bit. Yeah.
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 Okay. So let me thank IMHA again for inviting me to speak today on this occasion, and we are going to share some questions which are which we are facing in our practice and in our life basically. So let's see what Deepu has to ask me.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Deepu.
So actually we had gone through. There are some questions which I will ask you, sir. Just a moment, sir.
Yeah, so we are all familiar. We have been practicing homeopathy for a very long time, and till the time the book comes around, we are still, there are a lot of confusions that are there in our mind regarding homeopathy, and we feel that whether things are
Sir,
possible
sorry,
with
sir.
homeopathy or
Actually,
not.
sir, sorry,
Hello.
sir. Actually,
Yeah.
uh, sir, actually, I got a call in between. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Uh, sir,
Yeah, Deepu.
yes, sir. The fundamental confusion about homeopathy will have to be cleared by this session. Actually,
Yes.
many have different opinions regarding their if they if doctors are allowed about to give their experience about the result in their practice, they will
Yes.
answer differently. So we are going to try to figure out how these differences can be solved out. Okay.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, what is the question that you have, Deepu?
Sir, how can we achieve the rapid results with homeopathy? That's the first question.
Now, the point is, basically, l- let me take you a little backside. Uh, the general trend is this, that people feel homeopathy is slow acting, and that is a thought process which is there in everybody's mind. And I have been trying to refer to this particular sentence for a very long time, and it so happened that this message that Hahnemann had put across in his second aphorism, that is, if we probably, let me, so the second aphorism is very clear, that the highest ideal of cure is rapid, gentle, and permanent restoration of health, or removal and annihilation of the disease in its whole extent, in the shortest, most reliable, and most harmless way, on easily comprehensible principles.
Sir,
We
your
are all,
screen is not shared, I think.
hello, hello.
The screen. Can you share the screen once again, sir?
It isn't coming, is it?
No, it's coming out.
Now is it coming?
Yes, sir. It is
Hello,
correct. Yeah.
it's done. Yeah, okay. So we have read this aphorism number of times. But what I'm trying to tell you is this: what has not been, the attention has not been caught. What message Hahnemann is trying to say in this aphorism is this: that Hahnemann says that cure has to be rapid, and cure has to be in the shortest possible time. Now, I have put this argument number of times to the profession, that what generally we are proud of in homeopathy is this: we always say it is gentle and permanent. We always we say that homeopathy is very gentle, and everybody also says that particular thing, that doctor, you take your time, but you see to it that there is a permanent thing that is happening. And we also tell them that, yeah, okay, we'll take time, but we'll take time to work around. So what I am trying to put across to the profession for many years is this: that it is rapid, that Hahnemann has tried to put more stress on. Because if his importance was gentle and permanent, he would have put gentle, permanent, and then rapid. Alphabetically also, it is G which comes first, then P comes, and then R comes. Even if you see in the later part of the aphorism, he writes shortest, most reliable, most harmless. Now, if the general understanding is this, that homeopathy is very harmless, and we all concede to that particular thing, so he would have put most harmless, most reliable, shortest, because H, R, and S, comes out. But this is not what Hahnemann was intending, because Hahnemann was very clear that the cure has to be rapid and in the shortest possible period of time. And this he has repeatedly told in more than around 10 places in Organon. Now, the profession has been missing on this particular thing. So what I have done a little change in the aphorism number 2, where I also say, I think it's not, which Hahnemann also has said actually. Hahnemann says that the cure has to be rapid, certain. It has to be shortest, it has to be in the surest way. We have to be very sure and certain also about cure. It has not to be random cures. There is there is no random things which are working in a system. And why I am saying so is, if we probably see, Hahnemann was very clear that Hahnemann knew that speed is going to be the essence of life. And human beings have lost the virtue of patience in life. And the current era that we are witnessing is the most impatient humans on planet Earth. You agree to this particular thing? That
Yes, sir. Yes.
we all are impatient, and we don't want to wait longer than necessary. And that is why there are a lot of things which have come around, like instant coffee, instant dosa, and everyone wants instant name, fame, success. We don't want to wait for 10, 20 years to probably become more successful. We want that, okay, we should have a name also overnight. We should have fame also overnight. We want success also overnight. And even to the extent that people have started wanting instant enlightenment. Now, in an age where science desires to travel at the speed of light, can a patient wait for 6 months to a year to get relief? Now, such a system cannot succeed. And that is why modern medicine, in spite of all the flaws, everyone knows that there are side effects of modern medicine. Modern medicine has still got a wider acceptance than homeopathy. I always have been, probably trying to contradict the general understanding of, most of the people when in homeopaths basically. Then we say that, we have got a negative publicity because of allopathic. I don't tend to probably, agree on that particular thing. I think we have missed out on our understanding of homeopathy basically. And that is why homeopathy has not been widely accepted. So one of the reasons is this, that we are not able to give faster reliefs.
Yes.
Now, hello, hello.
Sir, sir, is there any window open, sir? There are little bit disturbance is coming actually. Yeah.
Okay, just a moment. So is it okay now?
Now it's very, very clear, sir. Very
Yeah,
clear.
okay. So are we on one platform now? Are we on one particular understanding of what Hahnemann is talking of and what homeopathy has been understood over years together? And it is not just a recent, understanding. It has been that over last 200 years, everybody has come to that understanding of, where we say that homeopathy takes time to work. And we also, as homeopathic doctors, are comfortable with this statement. Actually, my issue is this, that we should not be so comfortable with this statement. When a patient tells me that homeopathy takes time to work, I refute him. I said, no, you are with a wrong understanding. You have not understood homeopathy. So what happens is, Hahnemann is trying to say that our system, and we also know our system is the best, but still we are not able to move through. So what is the reason? And one of the reasons which I mainly found out was this particular thing, because Hahnemann was very clear that cure has to be at the least expenditure of time, money, vitality, and suffering on the part of the patient. Do you agree on this particular thing? That if the patient is getting benefited in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of vitality, and also the suffering is reduced, then only the efficiency and effectiveness with a minimum loss for the patient can withstand the challenge of a modern medicine. So if we have to now come across trying to challenge modern medicine, we'll have to go step ahead of that particular thing. Now my question to the audience is this, that if you or somebody in your family is ill, by when would you want to, or want them to become healthy? What is the answer you have for this particular question?
Yes. Dear delegates, please put your answers
Answer
in the
into
chat box.
the, yeah.
Chat box. Yeah.
So, so if you or somebody in your family is not well, how much time do you think you should take to become better?
Sir, should I read the answer?
Yeah, you will have to read it because I think I'm not
Okay,
able to.
I will read it.
Yeah, please.
Immediately, Dr. Sunita Pillai has returned immediately earliest as possible. Dr. Bhavana written that in minutes. Dr. Rajini has written as early as possible.
Yeah, so see, we are all impatient and we are comfortable telling patients that, we'll take time to make you better. Do you think our system can survive? And do you think our system is surviving? Rather, let's not ask this question whether it can survive or not. But do you think our system is surviving? So, my understanding of homeopathy is this, that cure has to be rapid. And I go to the extent of saying so that if you delay the cure, you have denied the cure. My dictum, if you see into my practices also, is this, that delay a cure and you deny a cure. It's like justice delayed is justice denied. Now, are you able to see the video?
You can start this video, sir. Then only we will be able to see.
Pardon me?
Sir, you can play the video.
Are
We
you
can
able to
see a
see the
black.
video?
No, no, no. We are just seeing a black screen.
Black screen, is it? No, the video is already playing. So are you able to see the video?
No, sir. I think.
Now?
Sir, can you just stop the sharing and again share the screen? Then it will be okay.
Video is not running. Are you able to? Are you? Is it coming?
Any delegates? Can you write in the chat box? It's not coming for me. Is it? Oh. No, no, sir. No, sir. Actually, yeah. Actually, sir, there is some problem with the. Sir, can you just escape the PPT and just uh,
Okay, I'll do
share it?
that.
Yeah.
Is there a way? Can you do something? Why is this happening? Why is this happening?
શું થયું વિડીયો નથી લેતો તું
No, it's not playing.
તો એ વિડીયો જે છે એ વિડીયો ખોલીને પ્લે કરો ઇન્સ્ટેડ ઓફ પીપીટીના અંદર
એવું કરું?
એઆઈથી થશે
But where is the meeting now?
જોઈન કર્યું છે
I have joined now. Where's the meeting?
બંધ કરો બંધ કરો
આને બંધ કરી દો. Leave meeting.
અચ્છા મીટિંગ ચાલુ જ છે તો આને ક્લિક કરો આને આને વિડીયોને અલગથી
Let's see. Hello. Hello.
It's not
Are you able
shared,
to
sir.
see the screen?
Yeah, we are waiting, sir. The screen is coming. This not yet came.
Not yet shared, is it? Has it come now? Hello. Has it come
No,
now?
sir. Yeah. No,
Not
sir. No,
yet.
no, no. Not yet. Not yet.
Now,
No,
now
sir.
are you able to?
No, sir. You can share the screen again. It's not came yet.
It's not coming, is it?
Yeah.
वीडियो स्किप करो.
Has it come? Hello.
No, sir.
Not yet.
No, sir. No, sir. But sir, I will do one thing, sir. I will turn off your video. Later on, we will start. Then
Yeah.
you
Okay.
just start sharing. Start the sharing. Okay. Some network issue actually there. Can you do one more time for
Yeah.
now,
Or
sir?
I'll do one thing now. Tell me just if you're able to.
No, no. Yes. No, sir. It's not coming actually.
Not coming, is it?
Yes. Sir, you do one thing, sir. You just leave the meeting and rejoin, sir. Then it will be okay.
Just a moment. Just give me a minute.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Is this happening now?
Yeah, it is.
Now you're able to see?
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. You can start. Yeah. The audio is not coming. We can see the video.
Okay. So you saw this?
Yeah, we have seen this. We have seen it, sir.
Hello.
There is no
You saw
sound for the
this?
video. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. There is
We
no
saw.
sound. That's we have taken the history, but that is not the point because
Okay, sir.
there is not a big this thing. So you saw this particular patient, yeah?
Yes,
What
yes,
is this
yes.
case of? What is this case of?
Okay, so
Can anyone tell what is this case of? It's a very rare disease, and this is a case of SSP. Have you heard of the term SSP?
SSP.
Yeah, it is
No, sir.
subacute sclerosing panencephalitis.
Okay, sir. Okay.
It is
Okay.
SSPE, okay? And it is basically a complication of post-measles infection. Now, the patient had been admitted to hospital. He's not able to sit also because he just gets these jerks and convulsions that are there, which keeps on happening. You can see how frequently they were there. You saw that particular thing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have seen.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, that was the first day follow-up. Then we have this first week follow-up that is there. Are you able to see this? The video is clear?
Yes, sir. The video is clear. We can see it.
Okay, okay. So you see, jerks have gone down, but they are there, but they have gone down to the frequency has reduced.
Yes, yes. Amazing, sir.
So that was on, and this is the third week follow-up that is there. Can you see the change?
Yes, sir. It's evident, sir. It's evident. Yeah, we can see it.
So how much time do you think will this take if you probably understand SSP, you know?
I think
Hello.
a month, sir. Hello, sir. We can hear it. We can
You
hear you.
you think so? You think so that in a month the patient will respond to this
No, no, no.
level?
In a couple of 6 months or 7 months. Sir, 7 months. What I feel.
Hello everyone. Are you with me? We have an idea that a pathological case will take time to work around, you know. And this particular case, whatever I am showing a response to you is a 2 weeks follow-up. This is a 2 week follow-up. And you know, this patient had been admitted to a hospital, Leelavati. He was asked to put in intracerebral ribavirin, and the patient refused. There were two other patients who were put, a trial was conducted to them, and they did not survive. And this patient actually survived for more than 10 years, only on homeopathic medicine. And what you are seeing is, you know, a response which has come around in 2 weeks' time. This photograph you are able to see?
It is coming, sir. It is not yet, sir. I think it's failed.
Not yet.
Can you do? Not yet,
Again?
sir. Again, yeah.
Okay. So let me see what I need to do again. Now you are able to see? No, it's paused again.
I think it's not, sir. I think the
Not
screen
coming,
sharing
is
is a
it?
little bit problem, I think.
Yeah, hold on. Now
Yeah, now I can see, sir.
you can see the photograph?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can see the date there. It is
We can see the date.
15/6. It is 15/6,
Yes, sir.
2020. Right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
And you
sir.
can
Yes,
see
sir.
this. You can see this. The date is 22/6
Yes,
in
sir.
a
Yes,
week's
sir.
time. In a week's time.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now, this is another case, you know, which was of tight mitral valve stenosis. You are able to see the screen, right? So
Yes.
it's a very tight mitral valve stenosis where the patient was asked to go in for, mitral valve replacement. And you can see the date. It is 4/10/2007. So 4/10/2007, and you can see the aperture. The aperture is 0.8 square centimeter. So this case, the patient had, 0.8 square centimeter of mitral valve aperture. And at that time, on 4/10, the patient was asked to go for mitral valve replacement. The patient refused. So we started homeopathic treatment. And there were two cardiologists who had opined for an MRV at this stage since he was having hemoptysis. So he had all clinical classical symptoms of mitral valve stenosis. hemoptysis, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, and then he was not able to, even walk. That time of effort dyspnea was there. So he was initially, that was around maybe 5 years back, he was advised ballooning at that time, but he kept postponing. So patient was given to understand that if the response is seen in 10 to 15 days, we continue the treatment. LC undergoes MVR, sorry, mitral valve replacement. And patient showed response in PND within a week. So he was advised to continue and do an echo with a Doppler after 15 to 20 days, which is there in the next slide. Now you can see it is 2311, 410 to 2311, and the aperture size became 1.1 square centimeter. Now, what I am trying to tell you is this, that this is possible with everyone. It is not just possible because I am there. It is just possible with that correct understanding of homeopathy. Everyone will be able to reach to the response that Hahnemann has asked to us. It is not my understanding about homeopathy. It is Hahnemann's understanding about homeopathy. That is why he was so confident that he had put there that homeopathy can reach, cure patients, and the cure will be rapid and it will be in a shortest possible period of time. Now these are all pathological cases, and you can see the type of response patient shows to the correct homeopathic medicine. So does that answer my question, your question?
Yes, sir. Actually, it is a. I'm just amazed to see the results. Actually, sir, can you just
There
tell
is
me?
nothing. There is nothing to be amazed. There is nothing to be amazed about it. It is possible with everyone, and I to feel that if you probably see, we'll talk a little later. I think it is. There are people. There are doctors who are using this particular thing, and they are able to very well, duplicate this particular thing. It's just
Sir,
a matter
can
of.
can I ask
Yeah.
you one
Tell
doubt,
me.
sir?
Tell me. Tell me. Tell me.
Sir,
Tell
is
me.
definitive homeopathy is another school of thought, like, or
Okay, so is definitely homeopathy another school of thought? I will hold on this question. Okay, that's
okay?
what is the other question? That question I'll take it up a little later.
Okay, sir. Uh,
Yeah,
is it sir, in this kind of SSP kind of cases, we don't get the mind actually. So is it
yeah.
essential for mind to match for giving the medicine?
Now the question is, very, very pertinent question that is, being told to us and it has been put in our mind. That mind is very essential, very important. We talk of personalities and we, have learned that it is a type of personality that is there. Now, what I have an understanding about it. Before that, let's understand what Hahnemann is talking about it. So are you able to see the slide?
No, sir. No, sir. You can share the screen.
I did that screen sharing. Does it come now? Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Now it's okay, sir.
Yeah, now it's okay. Okay. So, what I have to tell to the profession, which I have been, using also in my practice for maybe more than around 20 years, is this, that there has been predominant understanding in the last 20, 25 years about that mind is very important and mind is essential. Now, what Hahnemann talks of, if you probably refer to Hahnemann in 189 aphorism, Hahnemann says that it cannot make its appearance at all without and consent of the whole of the rest of the health and without the participation of the rest of the living whole. Indeed, it is impossible to conceive its production without the instrumentality of the whole deranged life. So intimately are all parts of the organism connected together to form an indivisible whole in sensations and functions. Now, see, this is what Hahnemann is talking of. It is not my understanding about anything. Hahnemann says that, the whole organism is working as a whole, and it is an indivisible whole. It cannot be divided. You cannot divide on that particular part, because all the parts are so intimately connected together that they become an indivisible whole. Now, what is the principle of holism? We always talk of that homeopathy believes in holism, but we do not. Actually, we do not work in holism, because the principle of holism says that there is an integration, there is an interdependence, and there is an interrelatedness among all the organs, which Hahnemann is talking of. Now, if we probably, understand the way we talk of analysis evaluation, where we say mind is the most predominantly important aspect of it, actually there is some history which we need to, refer to. Actually, the relationship between mind and body and the effect upon one upon the other had always been a controversial topic amongst philosophers, psychologists, and physiologists. And within psychology, the development of study of psychosomatic disorders owes much to Freud. And psychologists such as Dunbar, Rush, and Alexander actually attempted to relate distinct personality types to particular diseases. They had actually already formulated certain things, that such type of personalities will have such type of diseases. And if you probably refer to their literature, it's a old literature. I'm talking of 19th century thing. They have already worked on what we are now talking about. We say that, the such type of personalities work and they create problems. And they talked of this as a causation hypothesis. However, health psychologists nowadays, we are talking of the current scenario in psychology, they are more in favor of behavioral or biological approach, which seeks to employ interventions derived from behavioral medicine. And they have largely abandoned this psychosomatic approach. Now, we are still caught up in the 19th century, and we have forgotten that rest of the psychologists have moved out of it, because homeopaths still operate on the dichotomy between mind and body. Now, what I feel is this, that when division always aims at breaking unity. A beautiful flower, when broken down to petals, sepals, stamen, pistil, etc., loses the unity a flower has. Hello, are you there? And to
Yes,
add
sir.
to,
Yes, sir. We are listening, sir.
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir.
And to add to that, if we try to give a level of importance, it completely destroys unity. Now, what is more important to a flower? What do you think will be most important to a flower? A petal, sepal, stamen, or pistil, or all? Similarly, I want to ask you this question to the audience who is there. What is important to you? Your mind, your body, or both? What is important to you, if I probably go a little more ahead, your right side or your left side of the body? Right sided people will say, oh, right side is more important, because there are a lot of work which we do with the right hand. Similarly, left sided people will say, oh, we do a lot of work with our left hand, so left hand is important.
Both.
But can you understand one thing, that right and left is because right is there is left, because up is there is down, there is togetherness. That is why they are a part of it. You cannot just have a right sided, or you cannot just have a left sided. The same thing, you cannot just have a mind or a body. It is mind and body together. And Hahnemann has already talked in aphorism number 189, that there is a indivisibleness of in the body. And actually that's where I approach. I never look to only mind. I don't just look to even body. I look to the combination that is there between the mind and the body. And one of the things which we probably have to understand now, which we are actually told, in homeopathic, colleges, actually we have been trained to think like that. But I want to, just put it across to the audience here. One of the questions, that what do you think is more intelligent, a human being or a bacteria? We always talk of our intelligence, and we always say that we are more intelligent species on the planet Earth. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes or no? Yeah. So now the point is, what I want to ask you a question, that we are seeing COVID, okay? And see, for developing an immunity, we need to have a vaccine. And we think out of our intelligence, we are building those vaccines. Now, I want to ask you a similar question. How do the bacteria develop a resistant strain? It's the same thing, right or no?
Right?
Developing our own immunity and a bacteria developing a resistance strain to an antibiotic. So now
Yes.
who is more intelligent?
Bacteria.
Equally intelligent, both.
Yeah, we all together are a whole year, and we live in a world which is codependent. Are you understanding the word codependent?
Yes,
There
sir.
is a codependency that is there between mind and body also. So I do not take into account personality as primarily very important. And actually, that is why, I feel Dr. Hahnemann was very intelligent in stating that it is a vital force that is diseased, which then affects the mind and the body simultaneously. And since there is no watertight compartment to prevent its free flow. See, Hahnemann has, maybe 200 years back very clearly said it is the vital force which is diseased. A diseased vital force will affect the mind and the body. Now, you would say that vital force is a very old term. It's outdated word, but you should be probably arranging a seminar with me on just vital force, and you will understand that maybe the word is outdated, but the concept is still today equally relevant. I don't understand. Actually, we don't want to believe in vital force, but we want to believe in miasm. Now, miasm also is an outdated word and term. But still, a homeopath looks to a miasm, but is not interested in looking to a vital force. Are you understanding the teaching part of it that we have been taught around?
Yes, sir. Yes. We are
Now,
getting.
how many of you know that Dr. Hahnemann was open to all the possibilities that disease can start from body and go to mind? Are you aware about this particular thing? Hahnemann has that time said that disease can start in the body and go to the mind. Disease can start from the mind, go to the body, and be together in the mind and body. This he has already stated in Organ of Medicine. So I want homeopaths to come down to this particular level of understanding of what Hahnemann is trying to put across, and not go by the recent understandings that have come around in the few years, of maybe last 100 years. There has been a lot of things which have happened in psychology, and we are trying to, probably copy that particular thing, and we have lost the what you are talking of how to achieve rapid cures. We have lost the right method of achieving rapid cures. Now I'll talk to you about a case. Okay, this is a case of Miss Susie C, 22 years old, consulted me for dysmenorrhea. Her menses came very much too soon and lasted for 7 to 10 days. The flow was dark and clotted. The first 3 or 4 days, the severe pain was at the beginning. She got some relief after passing membranes. She complained of aphthous patches in the mouth and sometimes on the labia. Am I too fast?
No, sir. No, sir. Correct. Correct.
Okay, okay. So, I think the slide got a little messed up. Yeah. She also had a leukorrhea several days before menstruation, white of an egg-like ropey. Her pains were often labor-like, constricting, extending into the back and up the back. So there is a case of dysmenorrhea, and she also had leukorrhea, and she also had, she was weeping from music and grew sick and become frightened when going down from a high building in an elevator. So these were our mentals, that were our physical particulars. Now, if we take weeping music from fear-clothed spaces of menses membranous, menses painful dysmenorrhea, the remedy that comes are natramute tuberculinum, calcarea, arsenic. These are the remedies that come around. What do you think is the more appropriate remedy? Anyone?
I think. keeping- Dear participants, if you have any guess,
It's
you can.
natramute tuberculinum, calcarea, Now
Calcarea.
they are all what we say constitutional remedies.
Calcarea, Natramure.
Yeah, so we have been learned to train around in understanding that we need to give a constitutional remedy to remove the problem permanently. Now the rubrics that were selected were menses membranous, menses dark, menses clotted, leucorrhea ropi, female genitalia apthe, and mouth apthe. She also had apthe in the mouth and the vagina level. Now the remedy that came up was borax. She got borax 3 m at proper intervals. The result was satisfactory. The second period was painless and normal. The relief in this case has been permanent. You agree to this particular statement?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That since she had normal period in the next cycle was normal, that means the case had a permanent relief.
Okay.
Do you agree to this statement? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are agreeing to this.
You agree? You agree to this statement? How many of you
But,
really
but
generally
sir,
agree to this particular statement?
immediate amelioration is little bit as taught in the college. When after medicine, if the relief comes, we are thinking like that actually.
That's what I'm saying. So what you are thinking, you have to talk about that only, because that
Yes,
is
sir.
what we want to really question. That is it really like that?
Yeah, it's not like that.
No, it may be not. See, don't come to answers very fast. That's the problem with homeopathy. We homeopaths, we come to fast answers. Maybe it may not be like that. Maybe it can still be like that. I don't know about it.
Okay.
So let's take another case. Okay, now this is a case two of Mrs. R.S. widow, aged 35 years. She said, I had a sick headaches many years, had peritonitis, had typhoid fever, and was down in bed 4 months. These headaches have been coming ever since now 5 years. So since 5 years, she's having a headache which started after typhoid and peritonitis. And headache is back of the eyes. Sunlight brings on headache. If I go without eating, I have a headache. If I eat too much, I have a headache. Excitement brings on the headache. Yeah. So these are the modalities that are there. I have lain 3 or 4 days in a dark room, not able to endure any light. So she lies down in a dark room because light is causing her problem. Milk brings on sick headache. Eating never relieves the headache. When sick with typhoid fever, I was fed on milk until I vomited whenever they brought it in my bed. I was never free from headache, but mean, I am able to be at my desk about one half of my time, much of which I suffer intensely. Suddenly vomits, but much nausea. So she is never free of her headache, and she, working time also, one half of the time she always had headaches and she vomits. And the vomit is, sour and bitter. Now, these are the symptoms that are there. So, if I take the rubrics, it is headache, milk after drinking, headache lying in dark room ameliorates, and headache light from. So, the remedy that came was lac defloratum. So, July 10th, lac defloratum CM was given. July 16th, she returned, just finished one of the most violent headaches ever had. So sleepy while writing my letter that could hardly hold my eyes open. Now, what is this? If a patient comes to you and says that, I have a head, I took the remedy and on 16 July, that means a week's time, she says, I just finished with one of my most violent headaches I ever had. What does that mean to you? Hello, good
I am
morning.
confused. I am confused actually.
Medicine has
No,
not
what does
worked.
this? No, this means to you. No, does it mean to you like that? You take it as this is homeopathic aggravation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
You take it
Homeopathic
as that there is a homeopathic aggravation.
medicinal aggravation. Yeah.
Yeah, the patient has, the patient has said that this is the most violent attack she ever had after having this particular remedy. Had to quit work. So you said that it's a good sign. So on 23rd July, Saclac was given. No headache since last call. July 30th, a short headache but feeling better. So lac defloratum CM dry 1 dose was given. On August 2nd, headache came, again lasted 2 days, but has here though generally lasted a week. So, improvement is there generally. So, the medicine was given lacdifloretum CM.
Okay.
Now, August 10, patient is improving. August 26, patient is improving. September 11, headache in 2 weeks. So, since, the general understanding is this, that the remedy is short acting and the headaches have reduced. So, the doctor has given sulfur CM 1 dose. Yes?
Okay.
To remove what we are taught, we have to remove the miasmatic block. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So to remove the miasmatic block, sulfur CM 1 dose was given.
Mhm.
Now on September 12th, you see September 11th, okay, and September 12th, again the headache is in full force. Started in the left eye, sunlight makes it worse. What does that mean?
The medicine, I think that medicine was not needed, I think.
Not needed or it's good sign?
If the patient comes to you
Mm.
with a little aggravation after the remedy has been given, you generally say, oh, it's a good thing. You will
Yeah,
be
I believe
aggravated.
so. Yeah.
Every patient also feels that doctor thoda badega na, and you also agree on that. You say, yeah, it will increase a little.
Mhm.
So I felt the headache this time from delaying my dinner, gnawing headache feeling, not relieved by eating. Everything I eat makes me worse, but fish. So apart from fish, everything else causes a lot of problem to her. Now cold brings on headache. So anything cold, cold wind, cold draft will bring on headache. Headache is worse from weight of head. This headache began in the left eye and has extended to the occiput. The thought of milk makes me sick. No palliative was given, but watching the symptoms seems to be the only way of finding the remedy. So September 13th reports that the afternoon of yesterday, the 12th, headache went over to the right eye and side of the head, but now it is back in my left eye. So, you find that patient has been complaining of headache on and off, and this time the patient had a very severe headache. But the point is this, that the patient now says that, the headache was there from right eye and now it has come to the left. It was there in the left eye, has come to the right eye and then again come to the left eye. So headaches light from headache, cold wind exposure aggravates and headache alternating sides. The remedy that came up is lac caninum. So lac caninum MM was given, an immediate relief followed, and it was 3 months before another headache came, and it was very short and did not compel her to leave her desk.
Okay.
February 10th, she had a slight headache and took another dose of lac caninum CM. And she has been compelled to lay aside all her clothing and procure larger sizes, can eat anything and enjoys life like other people. Now, these are two cases which I have put across. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
can you see what, the thought processes that we are having around? We say mind is important.
Yes, yes, sir. We don't
Do you
find
see in
any
both the
mind
cases
other. Yeah,
no
we
mind?
find
Okay,
more
so now
physical.
there is no mind. What else is there?
There are some
A remedy was
short, short
given,
physical symptoms.
and pardon me.
Short physical symptoms were there actually.
Now don't put it as sure shot. There were physical symptoms, and on physical symptoms, the remedy was given. But you find that there is a remedy that was given, and after that it was followed by sulfur. The first remedy also had aggravation. The second remedy also had aggravation. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
to us it means that probably there is a aggravation. Now, do you know whose cases these are?
Pardon me, sir.
Do you know whose cases they are? These
Whose
are
case?
Kent's cases.
Kent.
Kent's cases. Yes, this is Dr. Kent case that I'm putting across to you.
Okay, sir.
These are not my cases. Please,
Okay, sir.
these are
Okay.
Kent's cases, and I have written that in my book. That probably the most important effect of Kantian influence was on the way in which Materia Medica was taught. Actually, we are taught Materia Medica in the classroom, but we are not taught what he did in his clinic. Are you hello? Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are getting it. I am getting now.
So
Yes.
Kent cases are containing how much amount of mentals and how much amount of mentals did he talk in his classroom when he talked about Mater Medica. So this is what I have written in Accurate Homeopathy book, my book, that probably the most important effect of Kantian influence was on the way in which Mater Medica was taught. No longer were students expected to read the original provings as they had been in Yuji's days, and it seems unlikely that more than around tiny minority would do so. Kant's writings were now the authoritative source. However, they were not the only source. Dr. Tyler also tried her hand at the art of painting word pictures of medicine and soon outdid her mentor in readability and verve. If you probably have referred to Tyler, you'll understand that they are also dramatized and picturized, so we feel the remedy gets in our head. But then does it help you? That is what you never checked up, because you thought even Kent was doing like that. So in her hands, these drug pictures became almost like a storytelling. In the hands of Margaret Tyler and her colleagues, homeopathy gave up the pretense of being scientific and became, for better or worse, more like an art form.
Okay. Okay.
So are you with me about this particular thing? Now, these are not just two cases. If you probably refer to my book, there are more than around 10, 15 Kent cases which I have put across, and they are all similar.
Okay.
So now, according to you, what should be more important, the mind or the body?
Both both are
Both.
important,
Yeah,
but
it's both are important. Both are important.
yes, sir.
Correct, you are. So both are important. So your question to me is, should mind be always taken into consideration? I have my
Yes,
doubts
sir.
about that particular thing, and I always look to something else to probably, help me prescribe in the medicine. So
Okay.
does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. It's I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay. So you were now asking to me about,
Yes, sir. You have
is
given me the title of definitive homeopathy.
yeah.
So I
So
just
you
wanted to
wanted
know
to
more
know
about.
what is definitive homeopathy is all about. Now,
Yeah, because
actually, it is
there are
not. It is
different
not
school of
a.
thought.
So let me first clear up. It is not a school of thought like the other schools of thought, but it is a school about actually one can probably put it up like this, saying so that uh, it is a school about a school of thought about homeopathy rather than a school of thought in homeopathy. Like I am trying to put across the message that Hahnemann has said in terms of rapid cures, in terms of this holism, the unity that is there. Now all these things are already there. So what I am trying to put across is not my thought process to it. I am just trying to make clear to the world what is the overall understanding that homeopathy should be practiced with, so that everyone reaches to that particular level. You are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. We can see the screen.
Hello.
We can
Yeah.
see the
Okay.
screen.
So now you asked me a question, which you said that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I had off my video, but anyway, I just realized that. So you asked me a question, that there are many school of thoughts. Now, this is what I see the scenario in current times in homeopathy. It's a very old, parable that we all have probably listened to or read it out sometimes back. You would have all read about five blind men who are touching an elephant. If you are not familiar with it, I'll probably repeat the story a little here. So it so happened that in a village, five blind men came to know that there is an animal that has come, an elephant. So they were not aware about what it is. So they said, oh, let's go and understand what is this animal. So they all merrily moved through the village to a place where this animal elephant was kept. So, one of them touches the body of the elephant and he says, I understand. Elephant is like a wall. Another one touches the tail of an elephant and he says, yes, I understand. The elephant is like a rope. One of the other person touches the leg of the elephant and he says, I understand. It's like a trunk of a tree. So it's a tree. The fourth one, touch the the ears of the elephant and he says, yes, I understand. It's like a fan. The fifth one touched the tusks of the elephant and he says, yes, it's like a spear. And the sixth one, touched the, what do they call? And he says, yeah, it's a snake. So are you getting to what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes,
The
sir. Yes,
current
sir. We are
scenario of
getting it.
homeopathy is, we all are touching part of certain things and we feel that that's what homeopathy is about. Now, what this story says is this, that it is very easy to jump to a totality based on a partial understanding. And that is why we have lot of schools of thoughts in our homeopathic world. Actually, there is only one school of thought, and that I still feel is Hahnemann. There is no other person who can probably, have that particular thing. Because, the days nowadays, we are probably looking more than a science, homeopathy is more a magic. And I want to put across to the audience here that, as now the difference between science and magic is this, that science deals with measurable or systematic principles rather than intuitions or natural ability. And you have always been taught that, oh, you need to have a lot of experience to get to, yes or no? Everybody says that you, after a lot of experience, will come to know what is to be done in homeopathy. I disagree with that statement because if in a science, it deals with measurable and systematic principles, everyone will have that particular thing. I always feel that no matter who does the experiment in probably, mixing, let's say sodium chloride with H2SO4, what is the outcome going to be? Hello, a little chemistry, sodium chloride with H2SO4.
Sodium chloride with H2SO4.
Yeah. So anyway, the outcome is going to be the same whether somebody who is in the 8th standard is going to perform the experiment, whether somebody who is a BSc student who is going to perform the experiment, or whether somebody who is, a Nobel Prize winner in chemistry going to perform experiment. Does it change?
No, sir.
Does the result change based on, how experienced you are? In science, experience doesn't matter as long as you follow the proper principles. And as verbs, the difference between science and magic is that science is to cause, become more skilled, while magic is to produce transformation. We are all looking for some transformation. We feel, okay, this method need to next method kuch transformation laega. Then something else will bring some more transformation. Something else will bring some more transformation. Because the difference between the two is, science succeeds where magic fails. Is this, that science elevates experimental results over abstract principles, whereas magic elevates abstract principles over experimental results. If you are clear about this particular distinction, then you have to, check for yourself that what do you think your system is? Is it scientific or is it a magic? Because we are all in a habit of seeing, more magics in that particular thing. Are you on that particular plane?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is the essence of science? And I always say that first step of being scientific is to become unprejudiced. And that is what Hahnemann is talked of in his 6th aphorism. That what does he write in 6th aphorism?
I will say, sir. Yes, sir.
No, why? I know that, yeah. An unprejudiced observer, well aware of the transcendental speculation, takes note of nothing except those changes. So Hahnemann is very clear about that particular thing, that the first step that a physician has to be is he has to be unprejudiced. Because once if you become unprejudiced, that is what I also feel is the first step to becoming scientific. Now, is homeopathy scientific if I ask you, and why? What is your answer? You would say, yeah, homeopathy is scientific. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why is it scientific if I ask you? You'll say it is based on a scientific law. The law of
Yes.
similars is very scientific. This is what we are taught around. Actually, I disagree with this particular thing. Just basing a particular thing on a scientific law does not make it science. So what role does science play in our day-to-day life? If you probably understand why we talk of science, it's not just having a scientific law in that particular way. Then it will not be like if you probably talk of electricity. Electricity is a science by itself. Just formulating the laws of electricity, are they going to be of any help to you? Hello, if you know the formula of water, what is the formula of water?
H2O.
H2O. Now, does H2O, decrease your thirst?
Yes.
Will it H2O by H2O itself, will it decrease your thirst?
No, 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 no.
No, because why? But it is water, na? H2O is water. So it should decrease your thirst. If you are thirsty, you just say water and it has to decrease your thirst.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it doesn't do like that. Because, firstly, the role that science plays in our day-to-day life is there is a ease of application. Whether you know or you do not know about the technicalities and the intricacies of the system, you can still make use of it. Are you with me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What we are trying to understand is this, that there has to be some ease of application. So
Okay.
for an average homeopath, everyone will be able to reach to that particular thing. Then only it is possible. It's like, if there is a button which ons the fan, whether I on it or somebody else is on it, it has to reach to, that fan has to on off. Or it happens like that if I on, it's getting on, and if you do that, instead of light, the fan goes on. Does it happen to in homeopathy? So is this what we are aiming at? So there is an ease of application that is important. And the second is uniformity. That's what I talked around, the uniformity in applying the scientific method of prescribing, so that anyone who applies the procedure would come to similar results. We'll
Okay.
have to come to that particular thing. Now, scientific methods are objective. They have to be an objectivity. We have to become objective in our, looking to from a homeopathic standpoint also. We have to move off our beliefs, our prejudices, our preconceptions, because they distort our observation. So that is one of the important features of science. The other thing is precision. You have to be precise. It cannot be random. You cannot sometimes do it and sometimes you cannot do that particular thing. And the third thing is reliability. It has to be relied upon. You cannot just get away without that particular thing. So different observers should also obtain the same results. That is what is the reliability part of it. Do you think this is all applicable to homeopathic system?
It is applicable, but there is no standardization for homeopathy.
Yeah, but that's the point. So it is not applicable now. If different people are seeing different things, you have heard the statement that give the same patient to 5 different doctors and 5 different doctors will come with 5 different remedies.
Yes, sir.
Or maybe they will come with 50 remedies. Even 5 doctors come with 50 remedies. See what Hahnemann is writing in aphorism number 53. Hahnemann says that the pure homeopathic healing art is the only correct method, the one possible to human heart, the straightest way to cure, as certain as there is a straight line between two given points. So it is as simple as what Hahnemann is talking of, that a straight line. That's it. Do you feel your homeopathy is like that? Because what I am trying to talk about is this, that if definitive homeopathy is, I am going to remove the mysticism from homeopathy. There is some mysticness which is there, in homeopathy, which everyone feels that till I reach to that particular level, I will be able to, have more better results the way I see it in that. I see there is no mysticism. It's only scientific thing, and science is very clear. Whether a third standard student or 8th standard student, or somebody who is in BSc will have the equal amount of results. Helping homeopaths to generate uniform results. This is what I'm trying to talk of. There has to be some uniformity in generating results, whether it is a person who has just started practicing 2 years back, or somebody who's practicing 20 years back, or somebody who's just started doing maybe 5 years back, or somebody who has just entered the profession. So to create confidence in homeopaths to treat pathological cases. And one of the things which I would rather want to is this, that we have to bring about a shift from watching evidence cases to generating these evidence cases in one's practice. This is an important shift which we all have to do. We are all together to understand in homeopathy that everywhere Hahnemann has to, be born around. And to make homeopathy self-sufficient, to achieve rapid results, and to make homeopathy as the first line of treatment. I think till now we have not achieved, even after so much amount of, this thing, homeopathy has not achieved the first line of treatment. This is what I probably aim at, doing it. And what Hahnemann says, dare to be wise. One has to have that wisdom to understand what we are doing, why we are doing, what is it generating in your practice, in your life. So I thank you all for giving me a patient listening.
Thank you.
And for hearing me out. And God
Yes,
bless
sir.
you. Thank you so much.
Sir, actually, it was a nice session. So I also announcing that's one of the program. Before that, I would like to ask Dr. Bhavana to talk about little bit of homeopathy, definitive homeopathic approach she have been using in her practice. Dr. Bhavana, is there any doubt for the session? You
Yeah.
can ask in the chat box. Yeah.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, Dr.
Good
Deepu.
evening. Good evening.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. Uh, Before 6 months of this time of COVID, I was completely lost in my practice. I tried to get the results, but I'm not reaching anywhere. It is my destiny that I met sir, and he helped me to understand this approach towards definitive homeopathy. In this past 6 to 8 months, he has helped me by developing my confidence to deliver rapid results in any of the case. The important is to read and study source books to reach to a proper simillimum. The accurate use of potency selection and repetition to heal the patient. I thank sir for showing me the results in just 15 minutes after administering the medicine and increasing the patient's confidence in homeopathy and the doctor. Sir is truly my mentor and a blessing in disguise to all homeopaths who find it difficult to deliver the results to the patient. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Dr. Bhavana.
I always feel that Hahnemann was very, intelligent. When he says rapid cure, he knows that, if you treat patients rapidly, you are going to get benefited. Patients are going to come more to you, and they are going to bring more patients. If you are
Yes.
probably taking, it's like, let me tell you one thing, that if a patient is going to become better in 1 year, when is he going to get the next case to you? But if the patient is getting better in 6 hours, do you think when is he going to get the next case to you? So, Hahnemann, that's why I said that cure has to be rapid. So your practice is only going to get up. That is where the whole thing is going to come around, which I don't know why we are not able to understand this particular fact of it. Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
God
sir,
bless
and
you.
thank you, Bhavana,
God
sir.
bless you.
Thank you, sir.
So actually, Sanjay sir having a workshop right now going to happen. It's an interactive workshop by Sanjay sir on the management of respiratory, gastrointestinal, and pediatric cases. That is why I have put it in the Diksha series as well, because some people are from HMA are also attending the session. So it will be a great session. 28, 29, and 30. We have a session on 29th, but the videos will be available. As I talked to sir, the videos will be available, and the registration is starting from tomorrow. And if you need any information, you can contact me or Dr. Mamda. You can take the screenshot of the player which they shared. And thank you, sir, for making this session a wonderful session. Because in the initial time also, when you came, you broken so many concepts which many homeopaths like me have in my mind. After reading your book, actually, I also read Sir's book. Actually, I also like to go through every faculty's books whenever they come to my platform. I also read the book, sir. It's a very amazing book. Thank you, sir, both for being with us, and thank you,
Thank you so
Dr.
much. If
Rupa.
IHMA doctors, if IHMA doctors wants to probably have this book around, we can give them some group discount. So one of you can just take the lead to probably because there are a lot of cases also I have put across in that one case of acute lymphocytic leukemia ALL is there. Another case of managing uh, lymph bile duct cancer that is there. So cholangiocarcinoma is there. So there are a lot of cases that have been put across in this book.
Okay, and also Mamta from the Sanjay sir's team told me that in the workshop we will be having cases given to the attendees, and they can also work out, and it will be an interactive workshop just like we did today. So I
Yeah,
invite
cases will
everyone.
be given in advance,
Yes,
and
yes,
you will have to work out those cases. They
yes.
were related to respiratory, gastrointestinal, and pediatric case.
Yeah. So thank.
So one of the case I'm going to take is the one that I presented about the eruption part of it, which in 1 week's time totally cleared up, and the remedy came up was also very, very interesting remedy that came up to me. So I look forward to all of you being there, and
Thank you.
if there are
Thank you.
any questions, are there any questions?
Yes, yes. Is there any question you wanted to ask sir about the webinar or about the cases? You can ask now.
Or something which you probably don't agree with or whatever said, and you want to just put it across, please feel free to go ahead putting it across
Yes,
to me. I am open to a lot of suggestions, so don't worry about it. We are all co-travelers together, going
yes.
together.
What
There is
medicine
no,
was giving in
I don't
SSP?
believe in, I am a teacher here, I am a co-traveler, and we want to go together. So
Yes, sir. Sir, can I ask the question?
yeah, please go ahead.
What medicine was giving in SSP?
Now that's what we see. The problem is, we are looking for shortcuts and quick fixes. Now what happens is, I want to tell you that particular thing. See, if shortcuts and quick fixes have been helping, in last 150 years, there are a lot of shortcuts and quick fixes have been given to us. Do they really work? They don't work. That is why we still look for new fixes and new shortcuts. But we fail to realize that if that was there in last 150 years, there are a lot of things that has been put across, and it does not help you out. Now that's why I can tell you the remedy, but what is it going to help you into that particular thing? Unless you know what are the bases over which things have been worked around and what it is generated around, and there is a standard way of working. I don't see that you will also be able to implement it the moment you understand what needs to be done. You don't need to know the remedy. And I always, one of the other things which, since I am at it, let me tell you that particular thing. I always tell, Hanuman has taught me one thing: I don't carry the remedy within my head here. There is absolutely empty here. It's vacant. And there is one of my student who Dr. Yogesh Vasanti, he, before attending this seminar, used to carry all the matra medica with him, physical matra medicas. And he says, sir, the best thing with your method and advantage is this, that I don't have to carry everything with me, because I want to be open enough to any remedy to come around. So even SSP case, or that particular case that is there, or even mitral valve stenosis case, I can tell you the remedy that was given. But it's not going to help you in that particular level, because that next case of SSP is not going to need that. There's
Sir, there
something
are,
else that a case of SSP is going to need.
yes. Sir,
So
then why
let's
we are,
understand. Let's understand what Hahnemann is trying to tell and how we have to approach and where we have to reach. If we just take his hand and we just carry his hand and we continue what he's doing, I think you will all come out of this particular thing.
okay. Sir, there is another
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, tell
Uh,
me.
then why we are blessed with a discriminative power? Honestly, did not get the core point, sir.
You did not get what core point?
Yeah, Dr. Sunita, Dr. Jayashree, I will unmute you. You can ask the question, okay?
Yeah.
Jayashree. Yeah, you can unmute now, Dr. Jayashree.
Yeah. Uh, Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Actually, it is a different perspective for me to
Yeah.
understand. And
Correct.
then, like when you are telling that differentiation between a bacillus or a human being, we are blessed
Yeah.
with the discriminatory power. And we see, in case even if we are taking the
Just a moment before that. Do you think the bacteria does not have a discriminative power?
the human beings are blessed with the discriminative
No,
power.
but what I am asking is this: do
You
you
see,
feel the
that
bacteria?
sensation.
Listen, Jayshree, what I am asking you a question. Do you see when we are blessed with a discriminative power? Do you think that bacteria are not blessed with the discriminative power? See, it is humans. We are thinking from our perspective. Bacteria thinks from their perspective.
See,
Are you getting to my question?
yeah, yes, sir, I
Yeah.
understood that.
Okay. Okay.
My question
Come.
is,
Tell me.
we have the CNS
Yes.
and we
Yes.
have the higher functioning. We are blessed with the
I know.
discriminative
I
power
know.
and the
Yeah.
brain and its function, whereas
Yes.
it is just an automatic, spontaneous reaction of the bacillus to mutate itself in order to survive, which is the basic instinct. So, like even when we apply to the case taking,
Yes.
if I take all the rubrics, I mean mechanically without understanding and without comprehending, just to match with a remedy, how will I improve my uh, the knowledge?
See, now there are two or three things here you are talking of, you
Yeah.
know. You are saying that I am asking you to take mechanically all rubrics. Did I say it like that?
No.
See, that is your thought. That's what I'm saying. See, there are a lot of things which is there at the back of your mind.
Yes. Yes.
And you always listen from what you already have inside.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
there is always a saying, and please to all of us, you know, it's not to her, but to all of us, there is always a saying, we always listen into an already always listening that is there within us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
Because
not
it's a
talked.
need.
That's why when he said the remedy, also I have not talked about it. I have not said what needs to be taken. I have only told Kent has prescribed on what basis. This is Kent's prescription.
Yes, sir.
Now we cannot question Kent's prescription because if we believe in his Matra Medica, we have to believe in his case analysis also.
Yes, sir. But
Are you
see,
getting to that particular point? Now that's one part of it.
yeah.
Now the second part is this, you know, we have basically we humans are a little. I'm sorry about it. Maybe it will hurt you, but we are a little more than selfish. Also, you know, we are more proud about being, you know, having a higher intelligence. Now let me you know tell you something which actually we should be aware about it. That when the tsunami came, the elephants were the first to know that a tsunami is there. Even after so much amount of progress we have made, we could not predict a tsunami. Are you aware about that particular thing?
Yes, yes, yes.
That the elephants knew much beforehand, 24 hours before they were aware about it, that there is something that's going to happen. So now tell me, you yourself answer the question, whose
Yeah.
intelligence are we talking about?
Because it is an instinctive power for
No, no,
them.
it's not instinctive. That's what we are talking of. We also have the same instinct. We are not allowing our instinct to work around. And I will tell you one thing, that if you are, you know, it's a debate, but you know, let me tell you one thing, that we humans have damaged the ozone layer. What
Yes,
is the intelligence are we talking of? So I am not saying we are not intelligent, but what we are talking of is this, that our intelligence is not put to the right use. A neutrino bomb is it going to help us in any way? Are you getting to what I'm trying to talk
yeah,
about? There
definitely.
are two ways to work around. It's good also, it's bad also.
Yes,
But to think that we are the only intelligent species on the planet Earth is more humanly, rather than, you know, nature has given all equal intelligence and everyone has to survive. So for their survival, everyone is given with what they are needing around.
yeah, yeah. I
So
took.
I am not disputing what you are talking about, but I am trying to tell you that they also have their own sense to work around.
Yeah,
Now you want to use that discrimination power, use it for the right standpoint. Exactly, that's what I
Yes.
want to tell you.
Yeah.
And
One,
and I have not said that you pick up everything and put it in one dustbin, one bin, and use that particular thing. That is still out of the way, because that you will have to understand what I'm talking of is what needs to be done to pick up those symptoms. And that is what also not I am saying. That's what Hahnemann has talked around.
yes.
Hahnemann has given very definite guidelines which have been missed by the profession, is what I can very uprightly talk about it right now.
Yeah.
That Hahnemann has been missed, and this is what I am trying to convey.
Yeah, 1 second, sir.
Okay,
Like,
dear.
with respect to all this
Yeah, dear,
discussion,
tell
I
me.
just want to know what is the core basic learning I have to take home. Like today's, I honestly speaking, it is a very nice perspective which I've picked up, but I don't know what to take home.
Basic learning is, you need to recheck whatever database is there within that is downloaded in your mind. See, if this is what you have been told around, that Kent has been talking about Matre Medica, did you see that what his cases were showing?
Yeah, it
So
is
the
based on
database that you
evidence.
are, the database with which you are operating,
Yeah,
if it is helping you and you are generating rapid results in all the cases, because I am talking of cure has to be certain, cure has to be sure,
yes,
then you have to recheck whatever it is there. Like I always say, like you put up a very valid question, and I have written that in my book. Actually, see, this is a very short time to probably talk a lot about it, but I have written this in a book, that the problem with homeopathy is this, that we all carry there are a lot of maps we are carrying into our mind. I'll read it from here. I think that will be a little more clearer. Okay. So So here it is. I said each of us has many maps in our heads that can be divided into two categories: maps of the way thinking are in reality, and maps of the way that things should be. Okay. And what happens is our attitudes and behavior grow out of these assumptions that we have been carrying. The way we see things is the source of the way we think and feel, the way we act. Okay. So what happens is that there is a beautiful saying that is there, that suppose you are carrying a map of, let's say, India, which is labeled as you know Britain. Are you getting to what I'm talking of?
yes, yes, sir, yes,
That
sir.
there is a map in your head, and not a map but a physical copy
Yeah,
of a map
yeah,
which is of India, but it is written Britain.
yeah. I got it.
Do you think you will be able to reach somewhere
No,
with that map if you are in India?
no.
That's what we want to question, that the maps that we have been given, and I have been teaching this, I have been teaching for the last 35 years. So, I understand what has been taught to students and how students go haywire, how they go, into a particular this thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is this, now probably take back would be to check the maps that you are carrying into your head.
Yeah.
And is it performing the function and the efficiency with which Hahnemann has asked us to be that efficient? This is what we need to check. That's it. That's the only thing I want to tell to the audience, that
Dr.
there
Jayashree,
is nothing
you
much
can
that.
also, actually, sir, the problem is that I think Dr. Jayashree haven't attended your first lecture. You can attend the first lecture, Dr. Jayashree. Then you will, and this is actually initially when we plan, when sir planned it, na, it is an introduction. So it is an introduction. You need to figure out the more about it, about reading the book and all. Then you might be understanding.
No, so
I got your point.
please don't go by saying so that I don't use your discrimination. I
And
still feel that discrimination has to be wisely used. Are you getting to what I'm talking of?
no,
It
no.
has,
Yeah,
let's
that
use it
I
wisely.
understood. But
Yes.
what is the essence of this discussion? What do I need to learn from this discussion?
Yes.
That is what I am not
I
clear.
would rather want to, I would rather want you to read the book.
Okay,
You
sir.
read this accurate homeopathy book. I think that will set a lot of things
Yes.
where is a
Right.
clarity that needs to be put across.
Sir, one thing which is a little
Yeah,
clear
tell
to
me.
me now is
Tell me,
that
tell me.
you have definitely shown us by presenting Dr. Kent's cases that always mentals are more important or physicals are more important, which is more important. By presenting his cases, Dr. Jayashree, I feel that at least we have to see whatever the symptom has disease, the vital force, that is important to point to a similum. Am I right, sir? Or is it
Yeah.
only the mentals or physicals? Because there is some general symptoms, there are particular symptoms, there are thermal symptoms. So over last few years of studying, we have learned to give importance or more important, less important, which you are trying to I think tell us that take the symptoms which have diseased the vital force.
The
Is that right, sir?
evaluation,
Am I
I
right?
know, I would rather probably put across that the evaluation order that has been told to you is not helpful in reaching to the remedy.
Okay.
Are you clear on this particular thing?
Yes, sir.
That
Yes,
the
sir. Yeah.
analysis evaluation order that we are taught around
Yeah.
is not helping us to reach to the right remedy.
Yeah. Like the Kentian method, the Boninghausen
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly. All
yes.
those
That only we are
methodologies are
getting.
not helping because the confusion still persists of giving the remedy.
Yes, yes.
But
Because it's
Hahnemann has given a very clear-cut roadmap of what needs to be done.
okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Jaishree. Anybody
Okay.
want to
Thank you.
unmute?
Thank you, Jayashree.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
I'm
very
so
much.
Anybody
happy
want
you
to
got
unmute?
this question.
You can raise the hand. Yeah. Anybody can raise the question, hand. I will unmute them. If it is any doubts,
I know
I
we
think
generally
people are
don't
just.
talk about no, we generally don't talk about all those things because it's a little probably difficult to question what has been probably what has been taught to us in the last 100 years. So we feel that. But I'll tell you one thing. Hahnemann says that's why Hahnemann says dare to be wise. Hahnemann has gone to the extent, I don't know whether you are aware about it or no, but Hahnemann has gone to the extent of saying that even question Hahnemann. Don't leave him also aside. Just because he's telling it, don't leave aside. So, thank you all.
Yes,
And
sir.
God
I
bless
think it is.
you. God
Yeah.
bless
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you for being
And
there.
thank you, everyone. I think I will just give what to say. I will just summarize the session, sir. Actually, there
Yeah,
are
you do
some,
actually.
there are different schools of thought came into my platform.
Yeah.
I have categorized it in my YouTube channel.
Hmm.
So many, even yesterday we had a class
Yeah.
that tells something. Day before yesterday something. The the homeopathy is nowhere mentioning or it is propagating correctly. I feel. I used to welcome every speakers into this platform, but none
Yeah.
would have been the courage to talk about a topic like this. I really admire you, sir, for taking such a lecture on accurate homeopathy or definitive homeopathy. Actually, the name is itself is a catchy, and it is what we have to follow. I really feel Hahnemannian homeopathy has still relevance in this 2021 and COVID era. I really thank we are IHMA Perom has been really thankful to you and your team and full support from me. Like I support every school, I will definitely support extra support your team because it is a
Thank
nice
you so much.
to work. And thank you our audience for joining us and thank